Hey guys, it's Megan, and I'm back with another episode as a part of our series, The Art of Becoming Her. Thank you so much for returning, or if you are brand new, you're in for a treat. This is a series that we have been doing on my channel, and we are now on episode 2. There is also I would say, like a pilot, right? Episode to where like I was kind of just putting it out there of whether or not I was actually going to do a series, and I kind of just did like a rapid fire within 20 minutes of some things that you can do to be more feminine, to live a softer life, and just invest in yourself and love on yourself. Just remember that you are the biggest investment that you will ever make. Point blank, period. Okay. So, in this episode, we are talking about 10 investments that will change your life. And I do want to say that some of these are monetarily based and some of them are not. Now, because I like to give options, there is going to be another episode where I talk about investments that you can make in yourself that do not involve money. And the reason that I also want to go that route is because I know that I have girls that are in college that are watching my videos. I know that I also have women that are maybe just starting in their career. And then we have like some seasoned women like myself to where we're just in a different place in life. But the thing that we have in common is that we're all women and we are all striving to be better versions of ourselves. And it's super important to understand that you can invest in yourself and if you're in your life as well. And it doesn't have to be based off of money. So look out for that episode. Make sure you are subscribed and also turn on your post notifications so that you can get a notification once that video drops. Now, today we're talking about 10 investments that will change your life. Okay. And in our last episode, we discussed how to become your highest version of yourself and different things that you can do and envisioning who you are as a woman and basically showing up every day as her. So, if you haven't already, go watch that episode. There was some homework that was involved with that one. There will be homework with all of my episodes. So, just get yourself ready for that. So I do have my iPad. I want you guys to understand that I'm not like breaking eye contact with you. I made notes on my iPad and I want to make sure that as a girly with ADHD that I'm staying very focused on what our actual topic and our actual goal is, because I will go off into left field real quick and you'll be like, Megan, how did we get here? Okay. So I need to have my notes to keep me on track. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into 10 investments that will change your life. Okay, number one, and we kind of touched on this in the beginning, and that's when I told you guys to make a Pinterest board. Invest in your signature wardrobe. Okay, so I want to go to say that investing in your signature wardrobe does not always have to be that you are spending an exuberant amount of money on that. Find the things that you like and really focus on that. And also not like, okay, okay. So don't only focus on the aesthetics of your signature wardrobe. You also need to focus on how you feel. Does it make you feel confident? Does it make you feel like you're showing up as your best self? Does it make you feel like you are bringing all of you to the table? Like, what does that actually look like for you? And I had mentioned this in the last episode about how my signature wardrobe is not complicated. I like to wear like a basic tee, some nice fitted jeans that are like waist slimming. I like high waisted jeans and like a good shoe, but I do love to accessorize. Like, I like to accessorize. I like to accessorize. I like to accessorize. And so that is what I identified about myself. And I would encourage for any woman to actually challenge themselves with understanding what makes them feel the most beautiful. It's also super important to dress for the woman that you're becoming and not the day that you're having. Let's be honest, we're human, okay? There's some days where we feel like shit, okay? For me personally, a good outfit will change that. If I know that I can tap into my signature wardrobe and not have to overcomplicate what I'm wearing, and I know that I will feel good, then that makes me feel that much better. And what I'll also tell you is like closet organization is a really big factor in all of this as well, because you need to be able to have some space in between your clothing so that you know where to go to find your signature pieces or your most loved pieces, so that if you're having a rough day, a rough day, or you're having a rough morning just starting out, you know that in this section of your closet, you can go and find something that you love that you will feel good in. The other thing that I can say about embracing your signature wardrobe is understanding that it will come by trial and error. So you might start out as someone who saw aesthetically like, "Oh, I really like how layering looks," but then you start to put the garments on and you're like, "Yeah, so this is too many clothes against my skin. I don't like the way that this feels. I don't feel like I look good in this, so I'm going to switch it up." Okay? It's okay. Let's fail and fail fast. I I hated that, like, corporate jargon, like, "Let's fail and fail fast, let's fail together." But here it really is applicable. Like, be okay with embracing the fact that you will try some things and you won't like them, and that's okay. From there, you can pivot and you can grow and you can find those items that you really do love and treasure. Like, you can try out wearing heels, like really high heels, but if you feel like you're a bad bitch in some kitten heels, then wear some kitten heels. Don't just go with what everybody else is doing. Like, it's okay. And I feel like in that aspect that like social media very much can be the thief of joy, like by telling you like, hey, let's put away the kitten heels. No. If you feel good in kitten heels, wear the kitten heels, okay? Okay, number 2, we are gonna talk about invest in your education. I'm not telling you to go back to school like me. I am telling you to read. Read books. Challenge your mind. You need to your brain is a muscle and you need to make sure that you are exercising it. You need to do things to challenge your brain to help with critical thinking and other skills and other assets that will be helpful to you as an individual. So maybe you have always wanted to play the piano, and for one reason or another, you decided against doing it. Maybe, you know, you were hyper focused in having the kids and their activities, or your schedule just didn't allow for you to do it. There are so many things that we can think of. You will make time for the things that are important to you, so you're going to have to find time in your day or in your weekend to dedicate towards investing in yourself. Now, with that being said, you also need to, if you are someone who's going to tap into books, you need to understand what is really your cup of tea as far as books. Like, do you like fiction? Do you like nonfiction? Do you love Greek mythology? Do you like murder mystery? Do you like scientific books? Like, you have to understand historical. You have to understand like what that means for you. Some people like thrillers, things like that. I myself really love Greek mythology, Dante's Inferno, the Iliad, the Odyssey. If you haven't seen the movie, go see that. And so that's really what I like. I also really enjoy murder mystery. And so one morning, my husband woke me up and we were going to the farmer's market. Was I a little pissed off that he was waking me up out of my sleep on the weekend? Yes, I was. However, at this particular farmer's market, they were having a mobile bookstore. And y'all, the mobile bookstore was huge. I about cried. It was one of the best days of my life because I literally went in there with like my little canvas bag and I bought so many books, and it felt so good to do that. And just being able to create like an ambiance for myself when it's time for me to read, like being in a clean room, lighting a candle, having on fresh pajamas, a really great like long shower, and rewarding myself with a book is one of the greatest feelings that I have. If you are not the type of gal that likes to read books, I understand it's not for everybody. Are there audiobooks that you can listen to? Are there podcasts with reputable hosts? Because you can't take information from everybody. So, are there podcasts that you might actually enjoy and be interested in, to where they talk about empowerment, or how to reach your goals, or just different things? Like, y'all, I have gotten so far down the rabbit hole on, my friend said that I always say this wrong, astronomy, not astrology, astronomy. There is this guy on TikTok, his name is Dr. Dakota, and he goes in when it comes to like the stars, the universe, like dinosaurs, fossils, bones. Like, I'm so deep in it. I'm so invested. And now he started a YouTube channel, so I listen to that, and I really do enjoy it. And it's so crazy because I'm like, younger me would look at older me now and be like, she's such a dweeb. Like, she's such a nerd. And I would be so proud of that, because the things that bring me joy are totally different than when I was younger. Like, of course, because I'm older now. I also didn't like supreme pizza when I was younger, but I do like it now. So it's just kind of cool to see that, like, my interests are just so different now, and I'm just really into science. So yeah, just figure out what it is that you like intellectually to challenge yourself or to invest in yourself. I'll leave this one because this is number 2. I'll leave this one and then we'll go on to number 3. There's also this guy that like rents out bars and he does lectures. He has a degree in physics and he does lectures, and I'm like, I don't drink a lot. I would go to that bar just to listen to his lecture. I would so enjoy that. So, if you're like in a major city and you see things like that, sign up for it. Try something new, like do that. Okay. Number 3 is invest in meaningful hobbies. So, as a full grown adult, I have a hobbies list. And this is something that my therapist told me to create, because she was talking about how a lot of times as adults, we do not make time for our hobbies, or there are times where we try to monetize our hobbies, and we don't need to do that. Our hobbies need to be things that we enjoy, that are near and dear to our hearts. It needs to be things that you can rotate in and out of your schedule, so that you don't really get tired of it and you are always just having something to enjoy. Okay, a hobby could be you go to a candle making class. A hobby could be that every Sunday you go to a sound bath class and you really enjoy doing that because it calms your nerves and your nervous system. A hobby could be you enjoy rollerblading. I love skating. Love it down. It could also be that you like trying out new coffee shops around town, or just rotating coffee shops and having a good conversation. So, what I did for myself, and I might insert my hobbies list, I'll have to look over it so I can see if there's not like anything too personal on it. But for my hobbies list, what I did is I pinned it right in front of the area of my room where I get ready every day, so that I can look at it and start just like having in my mind what I'm going to pick off of my hobbies list every weekend to do one of the things that's on there. But it's like constantly in my face. It's like repetition because I see it every single day. So I put it somewhere where it's easily accessible and I can see it every single day, because it needs to be on my mind and I need that to look forward to. Number 4 is invest in your finances. Okay. So this is something that I wish I would have learned at a younger age. Me and my husband have been together for 18 years, and basically he put me on a budget, okay? So a little backstory there. I grew up and my parents took care of me very, very well and my sisters. That baby that I was telling you guys that I had when I was a teenager, my parents also took care of me and her because they just wanted me to focus on like being a mom and going to school and all those things. But then I ended up meeting my husband, and things kind of shifted just a little bit. I had never looked at a budget. I had never known anything about like personal finances because my parents financially took care of everything, housing, my car, phone bill, all of those things. And so that was a learning curve for me, but now I came out of it so much stronger and so much better. And so from this conversation that we started having like when we were dating, because he is the frugal one and I'm the free spirited spender. We talked about how important it was to budget in order to prepare for our future and to have money for our children and things like that. And what it did is it really sparked an interest for me. I really like personal finances so much so that I have created a budgeting template. And my budgeting template is $9. I am going to link it down below. As every video that I have said with you guys, do not feel pressured to buy anything from me unless you feel like it's actually going to make an impact on your life. And so with my budgeting template, it is for literally beginners, intermediate, advanced. It's so easy to go through my budgeting template. And if you're just getting started and you're never too old or too young to start looking at the money that you have coming in and going out of your account, I also created a formula to where it can change it into CAD. You can go into euros. Like there's all these different denominations, and you can really fit it to whatever your denomination is and where you are. And so with a budget, you give a place for every dollar in your account. Okay. You also owe it to yourself to gain that financial stability and financial independence. There was like the pre episode where we talked about how, like, you want to open your bank account and feel comfortable and feel safe at the amount of money that you have in that. And then after you do that with your bank account, you move to your savings and then you move to your investments. I'm not telling you to have $15,000 in your checking by tomorrow. You're going to have to start gradual progression and gradual steps in order to get you where you need to be. I also discussed the power in out of sight and out of mind. We split our paycheck in 3 different accounts, okay? Our billing, we have a billing account, and in our billing account, literally everything that are our household bills comes out of that, okay? There's another account where I just look at it and I check and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's nice," and then I shut it back down because I don't spend anything out of it. Out of sight, out of mind. Like it pops up in my head one day and I'm like, "Okay, let me check on this account." I look at it, see that it's doing well, log out chat. Like I'm done. So that has been really helpful. And you also don't have to start big. Put $25 aside out of your paycheck. Reroute $25 from your check into your savings account. Reroute it into another checking account. You have to start small because it's not really about the amount, it's more about the discipline behind putting the money away. Okay, number 5, invest in self-care. Define what self-care means to you. Make sure that your self-care is peaceful and that there is intention behind it. And also understand that self-care for everyone will look different. There is no blanketed self-care to where it's applicable to every single human being, but you can understand like where it is that you start. I talked about like how I really like to set an ambiance when it comes to me reading a book. This is also going to be another area where it's important for you to do trial and error, right? So you're going to have to try some things. You're going to be like, okay, I really liked that, I don't like that. Sometimes, y'all, like, I like getting massages, but sometimes massages also overwhelm me and I get a little overstimulated, which I it's weird, man. Like, sometimes I'm overstimulated by massages. And so I don't get them often, but when I do get them, like, it's a treat for me. Also, my self-care involves me having candles lit all over my house. Like, I really love the way that that feels. I'm a very scent-driven person, and so that's really important to me. But you can look up some ways that you can initiate self-care and to implement it into your evolution and you pouring into yourself. Invest in your mental health is number 6. So, if you have therapy that is accessible to you, then definitely go and see a therapist. If it's not accessible to you, start journaling. Journaling is cathartic and you can write out your thoughts even if you just take 5 minutes out of the day. I really enjoy the 5 minute journal and I will drop it down below. It don't even take me 5 minutes. It takes me like 3 minutes every morning and every evening. I show gratitude to thank God for the life that I have. And I show gratitude to thank God for the life that He's preparing for me. And that's very important. Number 8, invest in buying back your time. Oof. Number 8 is probably my favorite. I'm not going to lie. And let me tell you why. Number 8 is something that I had to come to the realization of, like, yeah, big mama, you going to have to let them coins go for that. And so there's two parts to this. One part in investing in buying back your time is I don't want to spend all day Sunday cleaning my house. I am a mom. I have a career. I am a wife. And I also go to school. And I also run this channel and all of my other social media, right? And I don't want to clean all day Sunday. I want to enjoy my weekends. I want to be with my family on my weekends. I want to go on date nights. I want to go to coffee shops. I want to go buy flowers and do my hobbies. Like, I don't want to be cleaning. Okay. And so, with that being said, I invested in a housekeeper and I kind of had sticker shop the first time. And then once I felt the peace come over my body when I came home after my housekeeper had cleaned my home, and I literally, like, my nervous system was just like it just took a sigh of relief. And then I'm like, oh, okay, like, I can maintain the house until the next clean like rolls around. The kids can maintain their space until the next clean rolls around. And, like, also on top of that, my kids are involved in sports. And so there were nights where, like, my husband was running this kid to football, I was running this kid to volleyball. Like, it was chaotic. And so if that's how you buy back your time, then make sure you invest in that. The other part is grocery pickup, grocery delivery. If you can invest in doing that, that's also a way for you to buy back your time because you're not spending hours inside of a grocery store to grocery shop. The other one for number 8, and I'm going to tell y'all this from the bottom of my heart, take your PTO. Take time off of work. Like, the thing that just, like, really gets me going is people being like, I have 152 hours of PTO. Like, that's not a badge of honor, babes. It really isn't. Like, you need to take time off for yourself. You need to take time off for your mental health. Like, one thing about me, like, I'm gonna be on PTO, okay? Take that time. And this is like, take that time to vacation, take that time to get caught up on your laundry. But here's the gem. The gem of it is take that time to do absolutely nothing. And if I wasn't trying to drop my trying to be better about my cursing and to improve, I would have dropped a bomb, but I didn't. But take that time to do nothing. Take that time to rest. A lot of times we feel like we need to earn rest. No, very, very seldom do adults actually take time off of work to actually rest. It is always oriented at, appointments or doing something to where you're keeping yourself like moving. Take the PTO, invest in your mental health, rest your body, sleep. Okay. Number 8 is my favorite. Number 9 is invest in your environment. Keep your home clean and organized. Fresh flowers, candles, get you a Swiffer so you can quickly just run over them floors, taking 15 to 30 minutes every day to just make sure that you are keeping your house tidy, understanding what those tasks are. Like you can literally line that out at the beginning of the week. And I started this thing to where I start timing myself on my Apple Watch to be like, how fast can I put the dishes away? How fast can I clean the kitchen? How fast can I straighten up the bathroom? How fast can I do this basket of laundry? And I just really like that because it's a challenge for me. So understand that time blocking is really important with that. And investing in your space will give you so much clarity so that you can get through the rest of your week. Okay, number 10 is invest in your relationships. And I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't want to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyways. If there are people that are related to you that are causing you to be stressed out, gotta go. Okay. You need to be invested and involved in people that support you and people that encourage you and people that motivate you and people that want to see you grow and to see you flourish. I have somebody that is very near and dear to me, and I am always speaking like a very, very good friend. And I'm always speaking life into him and telling him all the things that he can do and how like God has empowered him to be the best version of himself. And the thing that you have to understand is everybody doesn't have that in their day-to-day home life. So if you're that friend for somebody, or if you are on the receiving end and you get to be the person that somebody's pouring into you, that's life changing. This number 10 is a life changing event. You have to learn to surround yourself with the people who love and care about you. And you can't base your relationships off of the fact, oh, I'm related to this person. That's just how they are. If they're an asshole, they're just an asshole, babes. Like, hands down. And what really has been an eye-opening experience for me as an adult is I had to think and say, like, if I wasn't related to this person, would I be around them? And the answer would be no. Like, they are genuinely an asshole. And I should not be surrounding myself with them. I am an empath. And so I can feel people's energy. I don't like how my energy shifts from being around them. My body is not at ease. Do not force anybody in your life that literally makes it just super hard. And that goes for relationships too. But we'll get into that at some other time. Relationships are not supposed to be as complicated as they have been. And until I met my man, like I saw the like complete night and day of what it's like to be in a loving and impactful relationship versus the ones that I was in before him. And I was like, I mean, we might argue sometimes because sometimes I like to start a little fight and a little argument. But the thing about it is like not being around someone that actually like legitimately causes you pain and turmoil on a consistent basis. So the very last thing that I'll say about investing in relationships is choose relationships with people that actually align with the person that you are becoming, not just present you. Super important to do that. Okay. Now, we are done with this episode and as always I'm about to give you some homework associated with this lesson. So the very last thing that I want to, ooh, y'all, my camera's really giving up. I need you to power through, thug it out. Okay. The very last piece that I'm going to tell you is your homework associated with this one. So your homework is for you to take a day off and rest. And in that resting, You could nap, you could journal, you could read a book, you could give yourself permission to take a long hot shower. Whatever it is that that rest looks like for you, then you deserve that, okay? There's no money involved in this one, okay? I just need you to take some time off and understand that you are your biggest and best investment that you will ever make. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you feel inclined to do so, name one thing down below that you are going to do to take and invest in yourself. The last episode, I challenged myself when I was envisioning the highest version of Megan to start reading every night. And it wasn't like, oh, you have to read a chapter. Oh, you have to read for an hour. It was quite literally just to start reading. And I have done that for the whole entirety of the 4 days of August. I'm really on a roll here. Okay. So list one thing that you are going to do in order to invest in yourself. And I want to choose one for myself so that I'm doing it with you guys. I'm not going to say meal prep because I hate meal prepping. I've already invested in my education. So I think what I'm going to do is number 4, invest in your finances, because I'm done with our finances for this year, but I'm going to start planning for our finances for 2027 and start like budgeting for vacations and just the household bills and things like that, and just like extra money. And so I can start working on that now because there's only a few months that are left in this year, and I can start off next year with a clean slate. So I'm going to do that, and I'll list it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Feels like the first time. Throw